He does a lot of task work, and I'm a very big fan of his work.
Nice, awesome, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
He just did a just put out like a coin battle task with Captain Falcon on Yoshi's story.
That's dope.
It was fun.
Wardong and golf. Is Wardong?
Yeah,
Wardong's pretty good, right?
Yeah, that's Glenn.
He's a puff main.
Yeah.
And his actual name is Warwick, so his tag is actually Warwick Foe, but he lost a bet. So he has to go by Wardong for this entire summer.
Oh no.
And so I am obliging.
Oh no.
I think that Falco could have made it going straight up. If you're on Battlefield, if you are, so you see the 3 rungs?
Yeah.
So if you are on the last rung or anywhere to the left, for example, on the left side, but still stuck under, while you're, Falcoing into the bottom of the stage, just hold toward the ledge, whichever direction that is, and you'll go around and grab it.
Yeah, I had a really close set with him at the last BAM, as a matter of fact. But I got to play a match, so I'll see y'all later.
Good luck, man. Oh, appreciate the Tamu64, is that how you say that? Good shit, man. Yeah, no, I love helping out, giving tips. Anyone I ever play, I always try to kind of point out like what you did wrong, what you can improve on. I always hated trying to get better at Smash, and I'd play S2J, for example. Yeah, I'm calling you out, S2J. And I'd play Mike Hayes, and it just pissed me off because they'd like wreck my shit. And I'd be like, I just can't approach. I don't know how to get in. I can't get an attack. And they look at me and they're like, I just try to play as efficiently as possible. And all I can think, I go, okay. But I'm thinking like, okay, well, good. Because, the whole time I was playing, I was just trying to, do the inefficient thing and like trying to, not kill you and just like keep you alive, but slowly like work at you as you combo the shit out of me. So that's why I do it. Like I always like, my learning of Melee has definitely been a step-by-step process. I know when I learned, what I learned, and why, it's good and why it's bad and where to learn it. And so, like, there's just a lot of stuff that, like, people don't realize and you can't really pick up on unless you're actually taught, like, hey, this is how you do that. Focus on this. So I love being able to point that out because I know that a lot of the community oftentimes can't, verbalize and communicate exactly why they're beating somebody, wrecking them, and like what you did wrong.
Well, I think, God damn, Spencer, turn me down. I'm hella fucking loud. Oh shit.
Turn yourself down.
I forgot which one it is.
Well, you can trace your thing because you have red earmuffs.
Oh.
You're player 2. No, you're 1 because you have the red earmuffs. So if you look here, this red cable here. Right? This one leads into 1, so you are number 1, so you can turn yourself down a little.
That turned you down. Oh, that turned me down.
Oh,
thank you, Spencer. No, I think that the problem new players have is that
tilts. Oh, go for it.
They don't ask specific questions. Like, okay, so especially here at the Foundry, I'll play somebody, win, and then there are things like, do you have any tips on what I was doing wrong? Like, you need to ask very specific things because I just actually played a match where I wasn't really, like, the best way to play Melee to me is to, like, commit everything to intuition so that you're doing things and you're not taking time to think it out. So I just played a match like that, and I'm not really thinking about what I was doing to beat you. But if you ask me, if you break down a specific situation, I'll be able to tell you, okay, this is what I was thinking when you did that. Or if you don't say, like, what should I work on? Like, I don't know what you should work on because I'm not you. However, if you say, well, why did you do this at that time? I can explain that to you, and maybe that'll impart something onto yourself. It's just you have to be really specific about your questions. You can't do this overarching, like, oh my God, help me get better, because, like, I don't know.
That definitely makes it easier to help new Smashers figure it out. Something that I focus on when I play somebody, like, I love tech traps. That's like a huge part of my play, just doing something right before they hit the ground, even if it's like a dash attack or like with Falco, I will up smash to tech trap, and it's the funniest thing in the world because you can get like 6 up smashes in a row on another spacey. And it all starts with the first one being a tech trap. So if I notice I'm doing that to somebody, it'd be like, you notice how you missed a lot of techs, right? And usually they're like, yeah, like for some reason I couldn't tech that match. Like I was just getting frustrated because it was just like, oh, you know, I can't tech. Teching's really easy. I can always tech. Well, a lot of players don't tech trap, so you can always tech. But if you're playing me, I'm going to tech trap you, and you're going to think you're just playing really bad. But in fact, you're not teching because I'm specifically tech trapping you. So like if I know that I beat somebody because I was just tech trapping them and they got caught in all my horseshit, I'll be like, okay, watch out for tech traps and don't let that happen. And if it does, stop the teching and wait until you're refreshed again so you can actually tech again and not just get like hit with 6 up smashes.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to teach people that they're being too predictable is to like abuse the same thing over and over. Right. However, with some people that does just make them upset. And they're like mad, like you keep doing that and that's cheap or whatever. But it's like, I keep doing it because it's working. So you need to understand why it's working.
Exactly. So new players don't get frustrated if you keep getting killed the same way. It's because if you can counteract it,
I agree.
We'll find a need to start doing other stuff. And that's what I notice. I get frustrated when I play
Oh my God, your
players.
grandma's cleavage?
Yeah, man, dude, we've played. I like.
Have we?
Yeah, dude,
that's awkward.
I like.
so sorry.
No, you're good. We played at the BAM a few times. I actually took a game off your Sheik. I usually take a game off your Sheik, then you go Peach and destroy me.
That sounds exactly like me.
Yeah.
Like, literally exactly like me. That's Alan.
So, how do you combat tech trapping? For one thing, so for example, the reason a lot of people struggle against Marth is because of tech traps. And the funny thing is, Marth's that tech trap, half the time they don't even realize they're doing it. What's up, man? So, for example, Marth gets you caught in his up throw bullshit, right? So he up throws you, grabs you again, does it a few times, and then you're a little too far to grab, so he up tilts you. And of course, the entire time you've been trying to tech, but you kept getting re-grabbed, but then finally he up tilts you. Now maybe he can grab you out of that up tilt, but maybe he can't, so you're going to hit the ground. The problem is you probably tried to tech right before that up tilt, and now that was a successful tech trap. Any good Marth will know that and just punish you for it. Any bad Marth will notice that you missed a tech and just punish you for it with a re-grab anyway. So for example, it's just always, it's something you can notice with your opponent right away. Look at what they're doing, see if they're aware that they, like if they actually realize they know how to tech trap, and if they know how to tech trap, they're gonna try to do it a lot. And so you can just not give in to that. Watch for it. Tech at the very last possible second so that if you do get hit with something right before you hit the ground, you haven't teched yet. But if you do it right at the last second when you're like, okay, I'm definitely going to hit the ground now, then do your tech and try to be unpredictable with that.
Yeah. How the fuck does my head match my bow tie, Leah? The bow tie is like, it's yellow and blue.
I think he means your hairline. It kind of, you do have that V, that Vegeta
true.
V.
Yeah, the Vegeta.
Maybe that's what he's talking about.
Godlike Widow's Peak.
We played at SSS once. Did we? That's good. That was probably the first time I ever used that tag. And then people started remembering me from that SSS, and that's why it stuck.
Am I going to lose to Eric? You know, I recently won a Santa Cruz tournament. I think it was like last month or the month before. And the hardest person for me outside of like the person outside of Replicate, who I almost lost to in like second round, was Eric's Pikachu. And I was like, what the fuck?
His Pikachu is just so overwhelming.
It is. And I was very used to playing like Axe's Pikachu.
Yeah, no, it's hard to
same.
gauge how good Eric actually is. I mean, I played him, and for the longest time I could always beat him. I'd go Fox, and he was tough, but I could usually 1 or 2 stock him. But we played at Santa Clara University a while back, and I was playing him all night, and that was the only night that I could not beat him, not once, with any of my characters, and he was just overwhelming me, and I couldn't figure out what was different. Maybe he just got way better between that time, or it's just hard to believe to the point to where I couldn't beat him at all. He was solid 2-3 stocking me every match. He's just super fast, really fast Pikachu. He has some really, really smart techniques. He obviously, has a good foundation and experience. But I think he does get a little impatient and just starts throwing out tons of crap, which I guess for Pikachu works if you don't have experience in that matchup.
Peach trying to recover high, and as a Doc main, I'm trying to figure out how to edge guard her. Any advice? You can't edge guard Peach if she's recovering high as Doc. You just have